in Mexico, wasn't it?
For farmland.
Yeah, good farmland. And then you throw a house on it, and you know, we were looking at $500,000 just for land in Mexico. What to speak of U.S. In Chile here, we could probably do it with a lot less than that. You know, 100,000, 150,000 will buy you a nice piece of land down here. But you know, we just don't know. Time is so short, and money is so short. Right now, we don't have the financing to even think about buying a piece of land. You know, I mean, our supporters, our students have been very generous, and we're very thankful for the donations that we've received, but it's just not enough to do anything practical, you know. So we need another plan. And we've got another plan. We're working on another plan. And our plan B, so to speak, is to become a premier source of world-class educational materials and programs on spontaneously organized communities or self-organized communities. Self-organized communities are going to be the only way that people can have a decent chance of making it through all the stuff that's coming. But how do you create a self-organized community? How do you gather people together? How do you organize? How do you support yourself? How do you do all this stuff? Well, we have a little bit of experience in that. Our community here in Chile is very nice, a group of monks, and we learn from our experience, and we have put together a series of courses based on our experience, and that's what you have in the university section of our site. If you take these courses, you will get all the knowledge that you need to actually establish and manage a self-organized community. So we have a contact. One of our students is how to speak. She's on the current cutting edge of higher educational management and administrative technology. And she's very much in demand right now in India to help the universities there come up with ways of managing, especially the graduate student community. And she's been asked to put together a special MBA program for educational administrators. And she wants to bring in our program as the student affairs section of that master's program, MBA program. So this is all very interesting, especially because it means that the universities in India would be basically willing to pay our way to India. And, you know, because it's about a $2,000 airfare from Chile. So, in other words, we're coming up with a way that allows us to move our whole community to South India basically for free. It also has the additional advantage of giving us a platform to network with high-ranking university officials and administrators. And given the timing that it looks like all this is going to take place, it will just be a perfect time to introduce the ideas of a self-organized community into higher educational circles in India, because that's what these universities are going to have to become if they're going to survive. What's the use of a degree mill churning out graduates trained to operate in a global, what are they called, multinational corporations, if the multinational corporations don't exist anymore? See? If the whole world economic system melts down, what's going to happen to the educational system? What's going to happen to these universities? What use are they anymore? Huh? Well, why would anybody want a university degree that prepares them for something that doesn't exist anymore, or that is rapidly falling apart? Huh? Nobody's going to be able to get a job in the US, and Canada, and most of Europe very soon. South America will last a little bit longer, and probably Asia will outlast everybody in terms of economics and business as usual. But even they are going to have a terrific problem because of their links with the Western economic system. It's gone global now. So when things fall apart in the US, there's going to be a chain reaction that's going to affect everybody. See, most people, I don't know how many of you have traveled abroad, but especially if you go to Asia, about every other person you meet is going to ask you, can you help me come to the United States? That's the dream. Huh? The most successful people they know from their part of the world are people who went to the US and made it. You see? So everybody has this dream, I'm going to go to the US and become rich. Well, what happens if the US falls apart? There goes the dream. Then what's the dream going to be? See? The whole world right now, their economic and educational systems are geared to that dream. Go to the US and make it big. Huh? And when you come back, you can show off your gold Rolex and your laptop, and you don't tell people you're driving a cab, but even even somebody on welfare in the U.S. has more money than most people in other parts of the world. Try to understand that the difference is so tremendous. But that's going away now. That's going to end. So what's going to be the dream? What's going to be the program? How are people going to manage their lives? What are they going to do with themselves? Well, people in the U.S., I'm afraid they're like past the point of no return. I mean, they just don't get it. They think this dream is going to go on and on. Their bubble is just going to keep going and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. They don't realize that it's gotten so big now, it's going to burst. And when it does, it's going to fall apart so fast, their heads are going to be spinning. They're not going to be able to comprehend this. But people in other countries are closer to being self-sufficient, much closer. Here in Pukan, you go down the street and there'll be a horse just wandering around on the street, eating people's flower gardens. This is normal. It's normal, huh? How many people do you know that have a horse? If cars don't work anymore because there's no gas, horses are going to become very valuable. If you have a horse, you're going to be rich automatically. But how many people do you know that have a horse? America has outlawed horses in most locations. You can't have a horse. It's not allowed. It's against the law. You can be busted for having a horse. Stupid people. They've allowed the government to take away all their wealth. You can't have horses, you can't have chickens, you can't have cows, you can't have anything. So, you see, the people here are going to be, even if the whole thing falls apart, the people here can go out, clear half an acre of woods that their family owns somewhere, and plant a big garden and make it, get through somehow or other. People in places like US and Europe are just going to be completely, they won't have any options. And they're not listening to us. We're saying, look, you should simplify your life. You should take spiritual values. You should organize communities wherever you are. How many of our students are doing that? Just a handful. You can count them on the fingers of one hand. How many are even trying to organize a community? And we've been saying this for years. But nobody believes that the dream is going to fail. That's the thing. Nobody really believes. Oh yes, this esoteric teaching sounds very good. It's very nice, And that community and the monks you have and all, that looks really good. Of course, I wouldn't want to come and live there, but you're going on and on about the end of Western civilization, and I'm sure you would like to see that, but hey, come on. Between you and me, we know it's just a sales pitch. It's not really going to happen. Well, guess what? It's happening right now.